Hi everyone, and welcome back to this week's realistic roleplay video. So this week the video is going to be voiceover, as I did pre-record this video, but I am joined by my sister today and we're just going to be doing some fun activities and some lessons, so let's go straight into the video. So me and my sister had a lesson this morning, so we just headed over to grab our horses and get them prepared for the morning's lesson. Started by putting Stormy's bridle on. Then I went on to putting her saddle pad. I just chose a plain white one today. And then I put her saddle on and made sure she had some leg wraps as well, so she wouldn't hurt her ankles with the lesson that we were doing today. This bit is sped up, but then me and my sister took our horses out to the area where we were going to mount them and just ride them down towards the outdoor arena. When we ride down, we were going to treat this as their warm-up, as it is a little way down and we were just going to do some walk, trot, canter to get down there. So we headed out of the manor at a simple walk, just making sure that this was the first gate to use, as it just easily warms up the horse's blood. We continued walking down and this area was quite busy, so we just made sure to avoid all the horses. Once we got out of the way of all the horses, we decided to pick up to a little trot just to make sure they had all their energy going and making sure that they were fully warmed up. We then picked up into a canter when taking the path down towards the outdoor arena, as this was nearing to the end of our little warm-up, so we just wanted to make sure that the gates that we were going to use in the lessons we had already prepared for. I'm not going to really talk much here, but basically we just started off with a simple walk around the arena, and then later on we picked up to a trot and a canter and just practiced some circles. Every now and again Stormy did slow down and stop, so I did have to pick her up, but I'm just going to speed through this bit so you guys can see what we did. Once we finished, we did decide to let the horses, we untacked the horses and just decided to let them cool down a bit and run around in the arena and have lots of fun. It was lovely watching them to have so much freedom, and I think I should do this more often with them after lessons, as this is a new kind of tactic we're dealing with, so yeah. So it is the next day and I have to take a beginner out for a lesson, so I decided to bring you guys along with me. So I started off by walking over to our little girl who was just waiting right by the bench to start her first ever riding lesson. Once I got there, she was very happy to see me and excited to start her lesson. So I did tell her a bit about what was going to happen in the lesson and what I was going to be teaching her today and what horse she was going to be riding throughout this lesson. So I started leading her over to her pony, which I did pick out for the lesson. This is one of Silverglade Manor's lesson ponies, which is very good for beginners. So I started off by just doing some little easy exercises, by getting to know the horse, by stroking the horse's face and brushing the horse just to get her trust. So right here you can see she is copying me. She did an amazing job at this. It was then time to start tacking up the horse, so I did put the saddle pads and the saddle on, but I did let her put the leg wraps on just so she knows what it was like to tack up a horse. Once we'd done that, I showed her how to mount up to her horse. She didn't want any help, but she managed to get up onto her horse really well. I then dismounted and just checked up on her stirrups and tightened her girth. Once we were ready to start, I did not just let her ride off by herself, I just took her around just a little area, standing right next to her, making sure she knew how to walk. I did tell her to make sure she squeezed the horse instead of full on kicking, as then she would just stay at a consistent pace of an easy slow walk. Once she finished, I told her to wait there so I could go and mount up Stormy, and we were going to go on a little trail ride just so she could know what it was like to go riding. I did keep her at a walk because I felt like this was a bit too early to start going straight into trotting. I think in our future lessons we will definitely go into trotting, maybe even our next lesson, and working on our cantering. So right here, I just took her into the field and told her that I think we should have a little rest and to discuss what good techniques she did and what she could improve on. So I just made sure she went and dismounted okay, as this was her first time. She did that really well. We let the horses graze whilst I told her what she did well and what she needed to improve on, and what I was going to plan to do with her in her next riding lesson if she did want to continue. She said she did want to continue, and I can't wait. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's realistic roleplay. Look out for another one coming out in the next few weeks. Bye guys!